Mike Rizzi.
What is up, man?
What is up?
Good hanging with you.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while. I got the so this morning, true story. As you can see, I woke up and put this shirt on, not even thinking about the fact we were doing this today. So I got in here, lining up my sight here in the camera, and I was like, "Oh, look at that!"
It's the first thing I said to you. You're out of laundry.
Yeah, this is my out of laundry shirt. Yeah, so I'll tell you, to stay with the theme, that video is amazing. Leslie Fram put it on CMT for you.
She's amazing.
Yeah, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a purist of music. I mean, she does a lot of good things, and I just didn't expect it. I made that video for my son.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of put me in the solo status.
Yeah, right.
Which is nice.
I did her and I did a few things together when she was still in Atlanta. And one was she did a Christmas, Fram Jam Christmas special, and I was Santa.
Really?
And I just said, told her and Lanny that if they hired an elf that was taller than me, I was walking. That was my... Swear to God.
That does make sense.
I'm out of here, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm walking.
That's great.
So.
No. Yeah, I could just see it now. Oh, no.
Jeez,
no way.
This isn't right.
Yeah, that's not good.
They spared me.
Yeah,
they did me a solid.
Good.
So it's a weird feeling when your kid is at the airport and they're there with you and they round that corner and then they're gone.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling.
It is.
It's nothing like it.
I mean, there really isn't. There isn't, but I look at it as he's happy and he's healthy and he's alive and he's and connection wise we are like this. No matter distance,
Yeah.
It sounds like the cliche. It doesn't matter, your heart, whatever. It's true. I mean, you have that connection. You're able to just kind of like, not like, woe is me. You got to just say, okay, well, you take a bullet for your kid. You're going to do it.
Yep.
However it is. And every day I learn a little bit more about myself every day, a little bit more about this situation every day. It's tough, as you know.
So, yeah, mine was in the furthest that Margie was away from me was Seattle from here. She was too young to fly. Mm-hmm. So I would fly to Seattle, run out to the parking lot, pick her up, go back through security, fly back to Atlanta, and then I'd do the same thing when I returned her. And in one day, that's 12 hours of flying, just sitting in a seat. But it's what you do. And yours, luckily he's old enough to fly, but he's in Holland. Yeah,
but he comes with his mother. We all get along really well, and it's good because, she has roots here in America. Her father lives in America, and some people don't know that. They think, she's just Dutch and from Holland, and, it does make it nice. We, like I said, my wife and I, we get along with her very well,
right.
And we're all kind of on the same threads and talking about, what he's doing and all that kind of stuff. I think he would go crazy if he found out that we were all, like, talking about everything. But yeah, he so he's always with her. And she comes, and it's fine. I mean, it's great. It's the distance is what, There's days I just look at him online. I'm like, all right, did you make a teleport machine today? Because all I want to do is just go through the phone for 1 minute and hug you, and then come back. And he's like, but you can't do that. I'm like, yeah, I understand. I can't do that. I know firsthand I can't do that.
I learned one time I had the girls. Had them for 6 weeks, and took them both home, and we were all playing and everything, and then I took them home, and I came back and just lost it because it was like a snapshot, a moment of her playing over there, her playing over there, and I learned that we had to clean up and get everything right before we left so that I'd come back and be like,
and that's prepping you,
be like, oh God, now I got to clean all this up.
Yeah, it's nobody really wants to clean anything up.
No,
but then when you're doing that, like, okay, they're gonna go away.
Yeah,
it's that kind of thing, right? Is that what you're speaking? Yeah.
Well, and then it's coming back. It's the walking into the snapshot and they're not there, but everything they were doing at that moment is still there.
Right. Did you, because this is what I wrestle with is, like maybe 2 months before he comes to visit in the summer or the winter, did I forget how to be a dad?
Yeah.
Those kind of things.
Yeah.
I've never really spoke about this other than with my wife, but I could see that you're in that same sense, It's like, then like, so there's like in a month, there's like that middle. So you have, 2 weeks he's here. And then once it hits that 2 weeks of that month, you're like, boy, it's like a countdown. Like he's leaving, where he's going away. So I tried to justify that with the record.
Yeah.
Like selfishly, I think making this record was for him and all the things that I want him to always have from me. So he hears those words from me and those testament of love from me. But for me, I was like, I had to release these feelings.
Yeah.
To try to make sense.
Totally get it. Totally get it. I wrote a song for summer called Walk Don't Run. And first time she ever played live, she was 15, and we sang it together at Hard Rock Cafe. And that was something. To write it, it hadn't been recorded yet, to write it and then be up on stage singing it with her.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a tough one to get through. I got through it, but it was cool. Those were great moments.
Yeah. Last summer was the first time that I saw Caden really excited.
Yeah.
So he came and, we did the Smith's Old Bar show, which you're at, and he kept like 2 weeks before, he kept saying, okay, how many more days until the big concert?
Okay.
And I
love that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I still do. It's like one of my favorite moments with that boy, and I'm just like, it's 10 days away. He's like, this is gonna be so epic. I'm like, yeah, it is.
It is. Yeah, that is
the little
cool.
things.
Yeah.
They really are. I mean, a lot of people overlook those little things that are right in front of you, and I live in those moments. Like if I can just kind of stay there.
Yeah. If kids knew the little things that they do that are just mean the world to us,
I try not to leave a mystery with them. So if there's something that really excites me, I will say that to him. I'll be like, you know what? That meant a lot to me. And he's like, oh, cool, thanks.
Noted, Dad.
Whatever. I said it.
Noted.
Right.
So we got, all right, so before we get into the record, and you mentioned Smith's Old Bar, you've got a show coming up.
At Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose.
Right there in the old historic Roswell. Let me tell you, that's going to be cool. That's going to be a cool little venue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it for the fact that you're going to walk in there and it's just going to be, you've played a whole bunch of different venues. You have like this captured audience and it's on St. Patrick's Day weekend, which, I'm half Irish, so I guess I can.
You can fully participate.
I guess, I can.
Yeah, you can go whole Irish.
I'm not going to dress in green. I mean, I dressed in blue today just to be different.
You know what they say? Never go whole Irish.
Right. Well, the Italian gets in the way because you can't.
Exactly.
But yeah, Gypsy Rose is really cool. Brittany and Jairus, they have a dream and they are going to shoot for it. And I'm just I'm happy to have the band that I have.
So we got Greg Lee playing the role of John Hopkins in this one.
Yeah,
right?
Greg Lee's going to be Hop.
He's going to be Hop.
Greg Lee's going to be Greg Lee, which I love that too.
Yeah.
And, we got Greg Shapiro and Will Harrison who played in Sonia's band with me. So I was happy to get them both again.
Yeah.
And, of course, my anchor, Brian Bisky.
The Bisky?
Yeah. Peter Searcy said he was going to show up and he's going to play some
Searcy
cello.
What?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to speak directly to my Roswell Alpharetta folks. What's the one thing everyone says? Why don't we have a live music venue here?
Exactly.
We have one. Please go to Gypsy Rose. Support it. We need this thing to thrive, and we need live music.
And original music.
I
like that focus.
Yeah.
We're in a world of a lot of tribute acts, which are great, and they do really well. But there needs to be a house where somebody's saying, let's do some original music.
Yeah.
And I love that. I mean, it's tough, as we know.
It is tough. It is tough.
It is. But, it's just those people that come out and they support you and they support the venues. And it's just amazing.
So what time you guys go on?
9:30.
Next
And they're like,
Saturday
when
night,
is your
right?
break? I'm like, we don't break.
Break?
No.
What?
I love getting into the show, you know? It's like, why stop? You know?
It's hard to capture. You spend all this time building the energy.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then you go on break. It's hard to capture that energy back.
Right.
You know, it's yeah. I don't usually break either.
Yeah. Like the Barbaric Gentleman, when I play that with Bisky and Dave Honorato.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I cannot think of a break. Like, where would we break? You know, you're rising up to like Young Man Blues by The Who. You just don't. You just keep going, and it's just like you're already in. It's like, you know, hour and a half in. I'm like, I'm feeling good.
Yeah. I had this show at East Andrews Pub, early 90s, 92, 93. And my band came down with the flu, and everybody was out. And I cobbled together 3 other guys to play: Rick Ware, Scott Burrows, John Hancock, feedback. And between us together, we could play 8 songs, and I had 2 full sets.
So you played like 30-minute versions of those songs?
We did, man. We just
jam,
all just jammed. And I got a cassette recording of it. It's one of the best shows I've ever done.
Right.
We just went out. Things just went where they went.
I mean, you're on stage.
Yeah.
It's almost like being live on Facebook. You just have to do.
No, you gotta do.
Yeah, that's right.
Gotta do.
Yeah.
So this is our first Facebook Live. This is my first Facebook Live. I've always recorded and then uploaded. Give myself that safety net.
A pat on the back, man.
Yeah. So now we're live. I'm loving it, digging it.
Yeah.
So let's get into what makes the Rizzi the Rizzi.
I don't know.
Let's talk about it. How did you get it? When did you know you wanted this music life?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going all Barbara Walters on you.
Well, no. That's it. I mean, my parents said that I was born pretty much with drumsticks in my hands. I think, I was born in January. The following year came around, and it was Christmas, and there's a picture I'm still looking for where I'm sitting there with a drum and just kind of holding sticks. And my cousin Ray Rizzi was, and he still is. He's now getting back into drums, but he was an inspiration. And my cousin Richard too, and they all like the Beatles, so kind of learned about the Beatles from them. And my cousin Ray was always playing on the Steely Dan stuff in Chicago, and so 3.5, I was learning drum lessons.
First off, Ray Rizzi is a cool name.
Ray Rizzi, he's a cool dude.
Is he?
Yeah,
you
man.
You have to be with that name.
Yeah. He's, I always call him one of my heroes because he really did kind of teach me to discipline. So, you have this little coffee table in his basement, puts a little drum pad, the ones that were made of wood, and he's like, okay, you got to hold the sticks this way. But he had this 1970s Gretsch kit in the corner. So I kept, playing, and just looked like that, and he would just grab my head and just say, you got to do it here before you do it on there.
Yeah.
Walk before you run.
Walk before you run.
That kind of thing. So it was right around 7 Saturday afternoon. He had better things to do, but he came to my house and picked me up for the drum lesson. And I'm just like, okay. Really honestly thinking about quitting because I'm like, I just don't want to play this stuff on a pad.
Yeah.
And he said, no, today we're on the kit. And I learned moving out, and that's where my love for Liberty DeVito came into play.
He's good.
And, we had phone books, the big, thick phone books on top of the pedals so I can reach it, and the sound of the snare drums and, the snare drum and the cymbals. I was just like, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. So, it started early, really early, writing songs right around 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I wrote my first song, Bang Bang Love, at 13. And it is exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
It is exactly what you think it is.
At 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're really going for it, right?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, mine was, I don't know if I can say it. I was 5. And my sister Mary Beth had a friend, Leslie Baxter, and I wrote this song. I was singing and playing drums, and it was, Leslie, come to my lips. Okay. And that's it. That's all it was. And I'm just sitting there drumming until my sister came down. She goes, "I'm gonna tell Mom." I'm just like, "Sorry."
We're gonna finish that one.
Yeah.
You and me.
Well, yeah, I've tried to. I've tried to disguise it on a 5/8 song, actually,
really?
somewhere. Yeah. True story.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
I like that. I wrote a song called Butthole.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Yeah. Butthole, not half. Butthole.
Oh,
I love you.
just one T.
Butthole. So that was one of my early gems.
You know, it'd probably be a #1 hit these days.
Probably
Man.
would
I
be, right?
really think you need to scoot
Dude,
that one up to
turn
the
that
top.
into bro country, and we got something right there.
It could, yeah. It
Throw
could.
a little triangle beat behind
You
it.
don't know.
A little Jason Aldean. We got it. We got a winner right there.
That's good.
All right. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I had someone told a girl was giving me a hard time in high school and wanted me to write a song for her, and I was like, just write songs for people. Like, okay, I'll try. You're gonna have to break over me first. No, she was giving me a bunch of crap, and I was playing my guitar. She's like, "Glenn wrote a song for me. You want to hear it?"
Right.
Put me on the spot.
Come on, family. Come on in here. This is going to be great.
So I went into, I think it was with her sister or something. So I went into Butthole. She's like, "I don't like it."
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It wasn't the song I was envisioning.
I don't like it. I think you should still work. You need to work. Do some work. I don't like it at all.
That's great. That's amazing.
Oh, God. I have to tell this story. I don't want my dad to see this, but
Too late.
when Mary Margaret's mother and I met, we went and met my dad for the first time. My dad is notorious for making one hell of a first impression with any girl I've ever brought around. So we go meet him, and my Aunt Ruby had passed away, and he was telling me the story. He's like, "Well, Aunt Ruby asked me to write a song for her funeral. Then he wanted to play it for us. So he played it for us." And I said, "Well, how'd you like it?" And he goes, "Well, when I played it for her, she looked at me and she said, 'Bobby, that's the most god-awful song I've ever heard in my life.'"
Did he play it?
Yeah, he played it.
Yeah, of course he did.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Hell, that work.
Of course he did. He captured audience. Yeah.
So my soon-to-be wife meets my dad the first time he's playing her funeral music. Didn't tell him that story. It was awesome. It's good stuff.
Yeah, the power of music.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, right.
Really is.
Oh man. All right. So the uncle is getting you, or it was a cousin, right?
Cousin, yeah.
Cousin's giving you the lessons.
Yep.
You're a huge Liberty DeVito fan, and then your first band or your first performance. What were you doing?
Well, the first performance that I've ever, it's kind of hard.
You don't have to be technical.
Maybe about 8 or 9. My brother Joe, he's a little younger, like 14 months younger. Irish twins.
9. So you had the beard then.
Oh yeah, no, I shaved every 15 minutes.
Every 15.
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, and we kept Bic, stock and
Right. What were we saying yesterday? We were in the studio yesterday. What were you saying? That the doctor pulled you out of your mom by your beard hair?
Oh yeah,
you were born. just getting the beard hair.
We need a snake for this.
My God.
I know. Believe it or not, I was bald as a child. I came out with no hair, and that didn't last. It was like a chia pet.
And I had a big head full of Elvis hair when I was born.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, it talking about what was the question?
So,
yeah, I'm thinking of that visual of pulling hair.
Your first. Don't go with what Monkey Boy talked
No,
about.
I won't. I will, but I won't.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
first performance. Well, there were a couple. My brother and I, my brother had this little guitar. I still got him, and he didn't know how to play it, but we would sing polkas.
Okay.
Yeah, from upstate
Okay.
New York. So we had my parents had a mutual friend that was the Polka King up there, and he had a show on Sundays. So my brother and I, anytime anybody would come over the house, I'd play drums and he'd play the guitar, and we'd sing like, apple, peaches, pumpkin pie, who's not ready, holler at, all that stuff. And he didn't know how to play, but he was like, na 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 na. He had the mouth, he had the big mouth.
Yeah.
If you can imagine someone having a bigger mouth than me, it was him.
Can't.
And we would end up going to this guy's, his son, Jason, had a birthday party, and we would play at that. So I kind of got the fever at a young age. And then I started this talent show in grade school or middle school, junior high as they called it. And 7th grade, and they're like, hey, you can get in here and you can get a band in the talent show, and there's 4 shows that day. How is there 4 shows? And they're like, well, you'll be able to miss this class, this class, this class, and then at night there's a performance. So I'm like, sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm missing classes.
Yeah.
Got a band together with a buddy of mine, and we were called Experience. We had no experience.
It's good.
Yeah. That's where Message in a Bottle came from. I was actually talking to the guy the other day. He's just
really?
like, oh, I love that. And I'm like, yeah, you're the one who sang it. You're the one who kind of turned me on to that song. And then from 9 years later, him and I, Steven Spellacy, him and I actually started a band called Uncle Jam.
Uncle Jam.
So we used to like kind of record, original music.
Yeah.
3 albums through my high school career. And we would just record it on the weekend and then, rent the equipment for the whole week.
Yeah.
Following weekend, we'd go in and mix it on, a Fostex X15 or whatever it was. And I put all the little topography and trifolds, and I would sell those cassettes out of my locker.
Oh, nice. You're like pulling an MC Hammer.
I was more like, like Shook Knight.
Shook Night.
Shook Knight. That's it. Yeah. I was like, no, man.
Shook.
Yeah. But I wasn't tough. I was real, real little, and I was just trying to find my way, and nothing was going to get in the way of performing and trying to figure out what people would get excited about.
Yeah.
When the talent show rolled around 6 months later, I just wanted to kind of play an original song.
Yeah.
And it just, just had fun. We did that for 9 years, and very, very much those shows are some of my favorite shows of all time.
I did 1st grade. We had a talent show. I sang along to Glenn Campbell.
Really? What song?
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Oh, nice.
Had my rhinestone outfit
Did you?
on.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
rhinestoned out. And
Wait, did you have dance moves?
no, man, I just put my foot up on a chair and I looked at the ladies and I sang my song. Yeah, it was something.
No, that's
Still
awesome.
to this day, people speak of it.
It's so powerful, though, right? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it
Like,
really
you
is.
know that feeling. You're just,
Yeah.
this is what I'm meant to do. And, kindergarten, I
Yeah.
do recall, they say, what do you want to be when you get up? And everyone's like, a lawyer, a fireman, a
Yeah.
doctor. I said a professional drummer. And I meant it, and I still do. Yeah, it's just what I'm.
Man,
what
that's
I do.
nice. That's nice.
Kind of. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's a heck of a life. It's definitely ups and downs and all kinds of stuff. You're Red Rocks one week, and you're
Yeah.
playing a small place, a small local club the next week.
But isn't it still the same thing, though?
It is.
Honestly, I mean, I love it. People are always saying I smile a lot when I play.
Yeah.
It's probably true because I am very happy and I feel comfortable there. But a lot of it could be pain as well. You're playing and you think of finances.
Yeah.
Oh, he's smiling. No, he's not.
I was working out the other day with my trainer. I have a trainer. And I was having to hold these weights up like this for a couple of minutes, and in the middle of it, she's like, put your mind on something else. Think about laundry. And I was like, oh, my God. It's like I have so much laundry to do.
Right.
It's like, not only am I tired, but now I'm freaking out about the laundry.
Yeah, think about
Why would
laundry.
you do that?
Think about laundry.
Why
Because
would
laundry's light?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Why would you do that to me?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, playing it. You know what? Playing, rehearsing, all of it for me it's all enjoyable.
Absolutely.
And Yeah, it's good stuff. So talk to me about this is your first record, right?
Very first solo record, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
It's a good record. It's a great way to kick it off.
I appreciate it, man. It's the hardest part is when you have it done. What do you do with it?
Yeah.
I'm talking with a lot of different people about different things with it, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because it's not just, hey, put a record out, okay. Is it going to get on radio, and is it going to do this and that? I mean, there are a lot of different ideas stemming from this record, which is cool.
You know what you do back in the old days? In the old days, you would ring up Leslie Fraham and Steve Craig, and Steve had his Locals Only show, and Leslie obviously ran 99X, and we had outlets, and this
absolutely
the whole scene is completely totally changed. Now Leslie did hook you up and
with 5/8
earned it as well.
Oh yeah, with this
with the video on CMT.
Yeah, which was still to this day a shock.
Oh man.
I just wanted something my son was going to be like, wow, that's so cool. I'm in a rock video.
Yeah.
Now he's like, how's my album doing?
How's my album?
It's doing well, man. We're selling hundreds. Welcome to the business, Caden.
Yeah. My youngest daughter goes on Spotify whenever she's not happy with me. And she goes, oh, Dad, you got 2 views last week, or you got 2 plays last week. Doing great. Well done.
Yeah, that's the hard part. You know what I mean? Like when I'm doing it all myself, I mean, you go and you look the album up on Spotify. I mean, I am not breaking any records whatsoever. Yeah. So I'm trying to think outside the box as what the norm is and what people are doing. I mean, I think videos are really essential. I love the idea when we were, back in grade school, we're playing records and cassettes and 8 tracks.
Yeah.
And you kind of hear the song, and you don't really think about what do these people look like. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like you were hearing it, and you're like, man, Cheap Trick. I really want to see these guys. Do they ever play live?
Yeah.
So you weren't able to just like pop up your computer and look.
Pull up on the YouTubes? Nope.
You just have to randomly hear a commercial that says, Cheap Trick, coming to the arena, that kind of thing. Yeah. So now I think we're back in that space because in 81, 82, MTV, the big boom, it was eyes first, and then it was ears second.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that we are back in a place where people are discovering music, either by streaming or downloading. The streaming thing needs to be addressed. It does.
Yeah.
I think we can all live in a happy world here.
It is ridiculously robbing artists of their work.
But it's no different than when, we would get into a van in the 90s and someone's like, hey, man, it's $100, but man, there's going to be a ton of chicks there, and there's going to, they're going to feed you, and you're going to sell a ton of merchandise. And we're like, okay. We get into the van, and there are no chicks. There's nobody there. You didn't sell merchandise, and they gave you a couple of PBRs.
Right.
But we're in Virginia. We're rocking,
Dude, we played, you know what we did last week? We played Virginia.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Really? What part?
No, that's what I'd tell. Yeah. We played a girls' college.
Yeah. We headlined.
In Virginia, we headlined.
It was outdoor. They had a puppy adoption day or something.
We were balling. We were killing it.
Yeah.
And luckily, back then, you couldn't take pictures.
Right.
I mean, you could. You get 8 pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. And they were terrible.
Now.
I look through them once in a while, seeing all the bands I was with. And it's I appreciate what digital technology has given to a guy like myself. Yeah. Just being 50 and just put my own record out.
Yeah.
4 reasons, and the main reason was to give it to my son.
Yeah.
So I can leave him with something.
Mine was to get, have something from the girls, and I had a heart attack.
Right.
At 44, the old 44 prison special, and I just had to. It's like I gotta at least get this out.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I had the Jolie to help me do it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now you are right now playing with Tony Lewis
I am.
of the Outfield.
Yes.
Sing-
What a good dude.
Yeah,
Guy is, can I say ass on this?
you can.
He's singing his ass off.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm telling you, I was a big fan of the Outfield. I always say I came away from the 80s with the good 80s.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big U2 fan. I love REM. Tony Lewis, Bryan Adams, just some of these simple, pop songs that will stay in your head all day long. Well, now Tony is he's been off the scene for a while.
Yeah.
And my connection with his manager, Randy.
He's been on a vacation far away.
Yeah. And you know what? Great segue.
Right? You like that?
Right. But he's genuinely just a great dude, and I love his influence in music. And there's nights where I'm playing a few of these songs, and I'm 16 years. I feel like I'm 16 again. Like I knew it.
Well, you're on stage with this guy.
Yeah, and he's a bass player too. He's a killer bass player.
You were listening to at 16.
Oh yeah,
it's gotta be awesome. You're playing Josie's.
I love that band.
Josie's. How high is that?
It's high.
Josie's on a vacation.
Almost.
Far away.
Right there. Josie's on a vacation far away.
Yeah, there it is.
I can't sing it soft. He's belting it out, but he makes it look easy.
Is he in the same key?
Every song in the same key.
Wow.
Talk about a guy who wants it. This guy, he understands it, and it's fresh. Like, I want everybody to go home tonight. If you like the Outfield, go and listen to Play Deep. That record sounds amazing now. Like, I wore cassettes.
I have
like
to do
2 or 3
that.
cassettes. Yes.
Yeah, I have to do that. That Play Deep, and then who? Our buddy signed him, right? Oh gosh.
Who's our buddy?
Oh man. All the names have flown completely out of my head.
What label? I should know. Is it
I'm
MCA's?
I'm gonna come back to it.
Yeah, because I'm
gonna come back to it. I'm gonna remember.
It could have been one of our buddies. It could have been one of our buddies that didn't sign us.
God, man. I have not been signed so many times.
Yeah, right. I'm signless.
I'm signless.
But what is signed?
Dude.
Like I used to think back in the day, everyone's like, man, I really, really want a major label deal. And I'm like, isn't a major label a major loan?
It is.
And that's kind of the way I looked at
it.
So.
But I refuse to dance with the man. Yeah. Which is why I've stayed unsigned and hitless for all these years.
Yeah, I'm so open to opportunities.
Yeah.
Especially with this record. It's great just to have it. But now I'm like, well, what do I do with it? And, I'm starting videos here and there. I'm putting them together. I'm creatively, I'm always thinking about things to do and what I want to do. And it's the execution and the limitations,
Yeah. So when are you and Tony playing next?
I go on a trip. We're playing a couple shows in Mexico in a little over a week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Tijuana. Dude.
Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah, someone's picking us up, we go there, we play the show, and then we get on a plane, go somewhere else, and then do it and come home. But I'm ready. I just want to be on the road. And if we can get on some kind of summer tour with him, boy, how great would that be? Just playing the Outfield songs. He's got great new...
He's got a new record. That's what
He's got a new record. Working on another one, too.
I was going to push it. What's it called, the new record?
Out of the Darkness.
Out of the Darkness.
Yeah. Into the Light was the first single, and I think it's Friday, Here and Now. He's got a video for that coming out on March 15th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and you'll see it on the good old Facebook and all that kind of stuff, But,
check that out.
Yeah, summer songs with the Outfield. Imagine just doing that. That's a dream come true.
Heck yeah.
It's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you spent a good bit of time in the Zac Brown touring.
Yeah, with Sonya Lee.
Lee, right?
Yeah, I played, it was probably about 2 years, off and on the road with them.
Yeah.
Played a little with Uncle Cracker and all that kind of stuff too. So Yeah, it was amazing.
So
it was great to see Hop every day.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Espressos in the morning.
I try to tell people about Zach and team about what a bunch of great dudes those guys are.
Yeah, everybody,
the whole band,
right from the light guys to the people like catering to us. I mean, just Chef Rusty. I mean, just great people. Great people.
Clay Cook. And Clay.
That guy's talented.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah. Did you hear his mixes for the Bloody Wolves of Venice?
Yeah. We're going to get to that. Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah.
I knew he was good.
Creatively incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the way he mixes.
Good ear. So you did 2 years. You got to play some pretty incredible places with opening for Zach, Red Rocks. Mm-hmm. Maybe would you say that's the most?
Yeah, it was the Red Rocks, and then we had, I think, somewhere in between, but then we went to the Gorge.
Ooh.
Which is spectacular. Oh. I felt like I was, there was a stage set up in the backdrop of Land of the Lost. That's what it felt like to me. I just turned behind the stage and just like, look at this. It's like the Grand Canyon. Yeah. That, those two. I mean, Red Rocks was 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. I think I say that right now, and I feel like I'm dreaming that I'm saying it right now. Still, it was very impressive.
Then you guys did Willie Nelson show?
Yes. Yeah, we did. We played one at the Tabernacle with Sonia and myself and Greg.
Yeah,
Shapiro.
So who was in that band? It was you, Shapiro on bass.
Yep, and Will Harrison. Who's all over the record.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's just one of the greatest souls I met. And Adam Holliday was playing B3 organ.
Yeah, see, I don't know Adam all that well.
Yeah, man, he's a great player. Great player. And, yeah, it was just, it was surreal.
And then you and Sonia did some writing together, right?
We did Great Divide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her and I wrote that one. We kind of collaborated on another song, which is a great song. That Sonia, if you're listening, you should record that song.
What is it?
It's called Right From the Start.
Oh yeah.
I think the whole band actually all started writing that song.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was about it with Sonia, and we just wrote that song, and we were kind of writing it off. We were about to get on the story behind it. We just finished the leg of the Zac Brown tour. They would go home, and sometimes wherever we were, it was out west, we would pick up a show or maybe have a day off.
Yeah.
And we were at the Grand Canyon, and we looked around the Grand Canyon all day, and that was the first time I was there. First time I think mostly everybody was there. And then at night we went bowling, and her and I went back out to the bus, and she said something like, sometimes, we miss the people that we love. And she's like, the only thing between us is this great divide. So I'm like, oh, I picked up a guitar and I played an E chord because I felt confident with the E.
Felt good about the E?
The only thing between us is this great divide. And she grabbed it and she's like, we're writing the song together.
Yeah.
And in 30 minutes, that song was pretty much done. I finished like kind of the end on my version, but it was, those moments, don't forget them.
Mm-mm. And don't let them pass you by because, man, that hook won't come back around either. Be like, what was that?
Oh,
hook?
What
was that hook? What was it?
Yeah, the one thing I kept saying, like when she was like, the only thing between us is Great Divide. And she said something like, parted by the river running deep and wide. I'm like, the river's not really deep. Let's water. Yeah. She's like, yes. So, and then she said, you would never doubt the love that's in my eyes. And I'm like, wait, I got a great tagline. And it's like, if you only knew how much I'm missing you tonight. That'll be the first one that we say. If you only knew how much I miss you tonight. To this day, I still think that we kind of screw up those lines because we don't know which one comes first, and the hesitation.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I just thought of my son at that time. He wasn't in Holland, but he was in Georgia, and I was in Arizona.
Oh, you were traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were on the road.
Yeah. So I kind of. It was like foreshadowing how hard it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is something. So, all right. So you wrote that, and then, and then that tour ended.
Yeah.
And, you know?
Yeah.
And then you're back
Well,
here.
it was weird because that all led up to meeting Ed Roland.
Right.
Like, you know, obviously.
Sweet Tea Project?
We've all heard about him.
Yeah.
And I was at the Tabernacle opening for Willie. And that was the first show that my son came to. So he was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was really.
And did you get to meet Willie?
I think Willie came up to him and gave him a bandana and some drumsticks. And it's a Willie Nelson. So he's like, oh, what are these? I'm like, just let me have them.
Yeah.
And I put him in his little box of things I'm going to give him when he's 18 or when he appreciates
that
it.
later. Yeah.
And that's where I kept meeting up with Ed throughout that point all the way until, you know, the end of the tour with Sonia. And
Right.
she moved to Nashville. Ed's like, you need a gig. I'm like, yeah. He's like, let's just get together and hang out. I'm like, all right. So I went to his house. We started playing. And Sweet Tea Project, like 30 minutes later.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's in Sweet Tea Project. So that record came out.
Yep.
That's a good record,
We had,
too.
had 2 records, and I was just on the back end of the first one. I co-wrote a song with those guys called "Oh Lord," and then this last one came out. Yeah,
Okay.
And you know, Ed's doing Collective Soul, and they're expecting a big record this year.
Oh, really? They're recording again?
Oh yeah,
Ah.
yeah. I know some of the songs. They're good tunes.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy can spit a melody out.
Oh, yeah. I think I ran into them recording at Madison Records.
Yeah. Yep.
Did Tony record there? Do you know?
Tony. Oh yeah. Yeah,
That was
he's
at
on
Madison,
Madison
too.
Yeah, he's on Madison. Tony Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I was trying to get at.
He's part of that label. I like that label.
Saying. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, I like those guys.
Good people.
Yeah, Tanner's awesome.
Tanner's amazing.
Great drummer.
Yep. He played on my first record.
Oh. And you had somebody else after that?
Right. He's too busy.
I
Too
know.
busy,
That's true.
man.
He's good.
He's good, though.
Yeah.
He could, whatever you want, he could do.
Yep.
Yeah, he's too busy. But yeah, he played on the first one for me. I did the first one just about all of it there.
Yeah.
Cool. So what else we got?
I don't know.
What's the future look like for you? You think
This
about
is it.
another record?
This is it.
This is it.
It's right here.
He's announcing his retirement right now.
Oh yeah. I'm going to play the show on Saturday at Gypsy Rose, and I'm done.
Then you're done. So everybody has.
I'm
to
done
make it
until
out.
Monday.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know. You know, I mean, I'm honestly, I'm just full of passion. I never believe that an age can limit you.
Yeah.
I can't ever really, I'm joking. I would say I can never retire. I always tell people it's too late to quit. But I'm open for opportunities. I mean, this is a lot of the reason why I wanted to do a record as I did with Appreciate What Remains. It's because I didn't want people to think that I was going to do a drum solo record. I'm not a drum soloist. I like using the drums melodically, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Ringo,
it's a
Stan
musician.
Lynch.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these drummers, you just know they have this feel to complement the song. But I really wanted to kind of like, I'm going to drum. It's going to be fun. But I wanted to sing. And I wanted to write songs. So I wanted people to kind of see the other side of me that wasn't really animal. You know, the Muppet, which I get, which is...
How in the world? Who would come up with that?
I know. I mean, it's a far stretch, isn't it?
It's a pretty far stretch.
I could be like all the Muppets put together.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like just a little of each of them.
What'd you say? What do I bring today? I said, just bring your fuzzy face,
That's
man.
it.
You and your face hair.
That's easy.
Easy stuff.
It's easy. I mean,
well, I'll tell you what I like right now. You're 50, right?
Yeah.
I'm 50. Turn 50 in December. Man, some really good young artists.
Yeah.
In this town and everywhere. Yesterday we did a session with my niece Jordan.
Spectacular.
Amazing.
She's great.
She really is.
Like I had no idea what I was coming into.
Yeah.
And then Greg sent the songs the night before, and I'm listening. I'm like, wow, there's something about this. Her voice too. There's like this passion behind it. But then I met her, and she's so at ease.
Yeah.
She doesn't really know where these songs are coming from, but she's allowing them to come to the surface. Yeah. And the delivery was pure. And it made it easy for all of us to just adapt to that. Simply that.
Yeah, man. It's exciting. I like not only she's my niece, so that's cool.
That's super cool, yeah.
Getting to record at Brighter Shade was awesome.
Greatest studio ever.
Man.
I love that place.
John, well done.
As a drummer. Have you hit the drums? You should have hit the drums yesterday.
Oh, I should have.
Because the reflection is so warm coming back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know that room when he hit the overheads. That room sounded amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah, it's a good sounding room.
Yeah. I feel comfortable there.
It's so yeah. I mean, the younger artists are they're still. I mean, no one's lost. You think about with the young kids are going to see DJs. They're going to see, they're streaming, but there's still a ton of passion out there for these youngsters coming up, and they're still heading to Nashville, and they're still trying to live the dream.
Yeah, and it's still the same textbook, just different mediums.
Yeah,
you see the American Idols and the Voices, and people are able to show their stuff. For us, it was clubs and talent shows, and auditorium talent shows, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anytime you get a platform, I have a motto. And I really believe this, and I always believed it, because I was that 11-year-old kid in the audience hoping a drumstick would come to me at any concert. Still am. If I go to a show, I'm like, man.
I got one. Bare Naked Ladies handed me a drumstick.
Right.
You gotta be kidding me.
How'd you feel?
Amazing.
Right. Like, you're like, wow, this is incredible, right?
Amazing.
If you look at it, we're all fans.
Yeah.
On stage or off. Just some of us are egotistical enough to jump on stage. And that's us.
Yeah.
So we're all one. We're all fans of music, and on those Sonya tours especially, I would, have the best seat in the house. I'm on a riser. Sometimes I felt like Peter Criss. I'm like way up there. I'm like, hey guys, what you doing? I'm playing, but I would always kind of like see the crowd when the lights come up, and you would always see the kids that are just like, they're like looking. They just, they're taking it all in, and I would always go and hand my sticks to that kid, because that's what I still want to happen.
Yeah.
Really is. It's like, that excitement of being at a show, sometimes we're on the other end of it. We're in the audience or we're on stage.
Yeah. So what's your advice to these kids breaking in today?
Oh man, just sing with your heart. Don't. I mean, look, if you have a manager and manager's legit and they have the connections, of course you're going to listen. You hire a manager, so you would listen to them, because you need help on something that maybe you're not doing. But just, when it comes to writing, just write with your heart. I think that's where we're going to start seeing a lot more people coming away from the formulated, writers. We need this kind of thing because it's hot, either in Nashville or it's hot in L.A. I mean, you see how things kind of transitioned over the last 10 years with the music industry. I honestly think that you have to write from your heart, because nobody can take that away.
Right.
And that's my proudest feat with this record. I'm like, I didn't want people to think that, a guy that spent 9 years and 5'8" is getting soft with these tender love songs. No, it's just, I had something to say. So I'd say, if you have something to say it. Write about it.
Yeah.
Think outside the box. Look at other perspectives.
I saw a great ad. It said the best way to make a great song is to press record.
Right.
Don't let all that middle stuff get in the way and
No.
all of that. Just sit down and do it.
The best songs come out in like seconds, 30 seconds. You're like, wow, melody.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of do. I'll be in my car and hitting record and singing a melody.
Yeah. My dad gave me great advice too. He said, if you have a great song, people will give you money to record it. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have to pay a bunch of people to be interested in you. If you got what you got, if you got something good, they're going to throw money at you. So don't think you can buy your way in to this whole situation. You gotta. People will. No. Yeah, don't ever make that mistake. People will.
People think they can.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money out there.
Yeah.
And people have a lot of money, and they're like, I could do this, and I could do this. I can I can be who I want to be because I have more money than that person. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it comes down to good music. And, you know, sometimes I think, like, you know, you asked me the question, what's next? What am I going to do? I'm going to just do.
Yeah.
I love playing drums in bands. Do I imagine me fronting a band and going on tour? Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could. Just go to your show. You know, I wish you could watch your show from our perspective.
Really?
From the viewer perspective. Because
I don't know if I want to watch me. It's hard, you know, my wife being a photographer, she's like, look at this video. I'm like, oh.
But and the video doesn't even, like, you got to get the energy of the crowd and the energy of what's happening. It's so authentic and
thank you.
So real and so easy to get into. And you don't get that with every band and with every, front person.
I appreciate it. You know, I don't even really think about that because, again, people are like, wow, you write these songs from, they're really heartfelt, and I'm like, I don't know how to write any other way.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, I don't know how to perform any other way. I've just been locked behind a drum kit for a long time. But I love when I'm able to, because of buyer dynamic, but I'm able to get a cordless mic system and just jump off stage and be with the people that I feel most comfortable with. And that's why I always say I'm selling musical Amway, because there's nobody sicker than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you got to push people, but I want the right people to come out to the shows. And, I want everyone to come out to the shows, but a lot of, like last Monday, I mean, just good folks and great folks on stage. So it's just like, that's what I'm trying to curate with each show. And in Roswell, it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be killer.
It's going to be fun. I mean, the stage is smaller, and I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to explain. You know what it's like when you're playing a show and people are standing right in front of you.
Yeah,
it's like that energy. It's not just personal. It is like they're in your living room. But it's a big living room.
Nice. Well, I cannot wait to see it. Okay, give me your biggest fanboy moment as you've been touring around and playing all these shows. What's the moment where you were like, oh,
wow.
Oh.
You mean like meeting someone or
yeah.
Well, it hasn't happened yet, because when Pete Townsend comes to State Farm Arena, I think on the 19th, I want to meet him. He's just been, and I don't mind.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's going to make it.
He's pretty good.
He's going to make it. Okay, I'll let you know. Okay, here's my biggest, and it doesn't have anything to do with music. One of my idols is Adam West.
Oh.
Adam West.
Ooh, I like this one.
Forever and ever, growing in upstate New York, you would always see those commercials for Toys R Us. Yeah. Meet Batman and Robin this Saturday. I'm like, Dad, can we go? He's like, no, it's not even the guys. It's just some guy in a Batman and Robin outfit. And I'm like, who can do that? Why would they do that? So 1998 rolls up, and I'm with Caden's mother, and we just started dating. And Adam West and Yvonne Craig, who played Batgirl, and Frank Gorshin were all at Dragon Con.
Oh.
And it was like $50 a ticket. I'm like, there. I'm buying 2 tickets. So I bought 2 tickets and just started dating her. I'm like, would you go? I know I sound like...
you go meet Batman with me?
I've always wanted to meet this guy. And so, we meet Frank Gorshin, which was just amazing. And, then Yvonne Craig. And I'm like, meeting. And I'm like, they're all there, but Adam West is sitting behind, and I'm going to turn into Adam West in a second, but he's in this Hawaiian shirt. At the time, I think he was 70. He looked like he was 45, and he had his glasses on, and, I'm waiting in line, and finally it's my turn, and I get up to him. I'm like, Mr. West, it's an honor. I've wanted to meet you for years. And he just goes, oh, I know how you must be feeling. This has got to be one of the biggest days of your life. I'm looking around and I'm seeing all the Trekkies. I'm like, I'm not a Trekkie. I'm not a Trekkie, but yes, I wanted to. And I pitched a video idea to him for a 5/8 song. And then he's just like, and he's looking at me as I'm talking to him. And I'm like, it's like an out-of-body experience. I'm just like, I cannot believe I'm in this line and people are behind me, but he wants to hear my pitch for the video. And his agent comes to me. He's like, Fred, give him my card. You know I'm not cheap, you know. And I said, I know, you're Batman. And so Caden's mom, Yara, was sitting there with a camera, and I said, do you mind a photograph? And he's sitting where you were, and he's like, oh, yeah, no problem at all. And I'm turned to the side. I can't even show the photograph. My eyes are like closed, and it's like this big. And as I was doing that, he goes, hey, Mike, who's the blonde? I said, that's Yara. She's from Holland. She doesn't really understand this whole Batman phenomenon thing. And he goes, oh, I think I can amuse her. And immediately I'm like, you and I have to keep in touch.
That's awesome.
And we did. And I sent him the album and he really liked it. And we didn't, stay. It was just like a couple of emails. Yeah. But yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure there's other ones with, musicians, but, Adam West kind of trumps all musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big Batman fan.
That's big. Mine, I'll tell you mine.
Yeah.
Mine was Bono. Velvet Room, downtown Atlanta.
Oh.
Remember that place?
Yeah, that was, what tour was that? Was that All You Can't Leave Behind? Was that 2001 or 2000 or?
No, we're in the 90s.
Okay. Pop Mart.
Yep.
At the Georgia Dome?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So he comes in. So there's a celebrity room at Velvet Room, and I was dating one of the bartenders, and we got to go up and hang out. And after the show, about an hour after the show, he comes in, walks up with his bodyguard and him. It's just two people. And he was so cool. He had one rule, just don't touch me.
Really?
Yeah. But he talked. He smoked his brown cigarettes and drank Rolling Rock all night.
Nice.
He stayed about 2 hours. It was engaging. It was funny. And at the end of the night, a couple of girls wanted to go home with him. And he gave those two the sternest talking to. He was just like, why on the earth, if I said yes, would you go home with me? It's like, why would you do that? Right. You're so much better than that.
Right.
And if I was the kind of guy that would take you in my limo and take advantage of you, why would you want to be with me? Yeah. Oh, it was so awesome. Such a great.
Boy.
He's just like, you can't. Yeah. He's like.
Putting that basketball right there.
Yeah. And
putting the ball right in their court.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Like, why would you want to do that? Yeah. Oh, it was so good. And then he was like, and also, look, I'm a married man. And it was nice. It was empowering the way he did it. Mm-hmm. But it was such a great question. Why, if I was that kind of guy, why would you want to go with me?
Yeah.
Why would you even want to?
Yeah.
So
there was you're mentioning Bono and U2. There was a moment where I was on the set of It Might Get Loud. Remember that movie with The Edge and Jimmy Page and Jack White?
Yeah.
I was on that, and my friend was, he was one of the executive producers. Yeah. So we're sitting there, of course, everybody has to turn their phones in, and it was just an amazing day, right? Just sitting there watching. But we're in a conversation, and it's my buddy and The Edge and Jimmy Page and myself. And there was like no introduction. I wasn't introduced to them, so I wasn't going to be like, hey, I'm, so-and-so's friend. So they walked away, and they went back on stage and started filming. And no one knows this, but this is what happened. I turned to my left, and I was right next to Guitar World. Jimmy Page.
Oh.
The double neck was close to me.
Oh.
Like right here. So I just kind of looked around. And
did you pluck it?
No, I put my hand on the back of it for 5 seconds and just I'm like, I got that going for me. Yeah, that's true. Very true story.
That's a great story.
But yeah, it's just Jimmy Page, just in this conversation, just kind of making eye contact. But we never. I mean, now he can have me drumming for him. What a lost opportunity, Jimmy Page. I'm so sorry.
I know, right? Could have been. What could have been? What could have been? Yeah, those are killer moments. All right, tell me about 5/8.
5/8, one of the most unique and greatest experiences of 9 years. Really is. I mean, look, Mike Mantione, all those guys are just great dudes. But Mike has taught me so much more than just annihilate my drum set. He's taught me just so many lessons in life.
Yeah.
In the way to write, in the way to vent. And he's just like, if I couldn't vent, I wouldn't be on Earth.
Yeah.
And he goes, I was able to do this, and they still do. They haven't moved from what they do. They just get better and better and better. So he's taught me a whole bunch of really, really good things.
What was the genre? What was the style?
I'd like to say like kind of power pop punk, bombastic kind of rock.
Yeah.
And I was a fan for 9 years. Then I became the drummer for 9. And then I moved to California, and I told them, you got to get Patrick back in the band, which he's still in the band. But there is a documentary that's going to come out on those guys.
Oh, yeah? Are you in it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know how much. I don't know how much they can take of me, but... But just think about the years and years of 5/8. They've been being filmed since the actually, probably since 88, 89.
There you go.
So much. Great band.
Got to check that out.
People need to see them, but I've always said if they're going to have a documentary, I said get all of your affairs in order because the story will make them famous.
Yeah.
I'm stating that. I'm saying that. I've been saying that for 15 years plus.
What's the story?
It's crazy.
Just crazy? Just a bunch of...
It's crazy. It makes sense. It's almost like if you dissect something in reverse. It makes sense. Like you're going to hear this story and you're going to be like, oh, that's exactly why they make this music I listened to for 30 years. I think they're on their 30th anniversary.
Damn.
So hopefully this year that documentary sees wherever you watch things. Wow. I'm hoping so. Yeah, great band. Had amazing run with REM. We did 6 shows with REM on the Around the Sun tour.
And we were talking about that.
When they dedicated Begin to Begin to us. Like we were 3, 5, 8 criers at that point. We were awesome. We lost it. I mean, it was amazing. It was that was real special.
So before we get out of here, tell the story of you popping the question to your wife.
Oh,
it's a great story.
Well, we were at a Wendy's, and I took her to the Super Bar.
It was so much better than that. You have.
I just dated myself by saying Super Bar. Isn't that what it was called? The Super Bar at Wendy's.
Super Bar. was.
And it's just like, yeah, it's much chili as we can put into different places. Yeah,
I would get my sour cream and jive potato.
Yeah, so yeah, it was this sinister plan. I was going to go out to Los Angeles and make a good moment in LA. I felt like I came back to Atlanta from LA. It was during the recession, and it was a really hard time. And I wanted to go back out to Los Angeles, and with this girl that I just started dating, months prior, and and then the Zac Brown shows are out there, and I'm like, yeah, we should go and see. And I always wanted to go to the Hollywood Bowl. And it came up in conversation with Zac, and he's just like, "Ooh, I got an idea, but it's it's just totally your thing, do whatever." And I agreed to it. So what ended up happening is halfway during their first of 2 nights of sold out shows at the Hollywood Bowl,
they'll do that Zac Brown band. How many nights did they do in Boston?
I think 3.
3 sold out at the stadium?
Yeah. Yeah, they just keep doing that.
They need to keep at it, those guys.
Yeah, and so I was real nervous. I was real nervous. I've never been nervous in my life, like at a gig. I'm just like, it's fun, play. I didn't have drums around me, and I'm asking, my now wife to marry me in front of 18,000 plus
So he
people.
had you on so he brought you
on
stage, right?
Yeah. So as we're, because Jolie was saying
so now she's a photographer.
Yeah.
So she's there taking pictures,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was part of the plan. Well, I'm going to hire her to come out, and I'm going to tell her to take this one picture. She's going to turn around after our I'm going to turn around to her right after the acoustic set halfway during their show. And he's like, I want a picture with me with the crowd and da-da-da. But the lights came down at that time. And I didn't know I was going to perform with the band, so I kind of played, cajon on one of their songs. And honest to God truth, I didn't know where the stops were. But thank God for Clay Cook. Clay.
Oh, was he giving you the...
Oh, no. He wasn't giving me... He was right here with a mandolin, and I'm on this cajon. And he slapped me in the back when the stop. And then he slapped me again to start. So I was like, I'm just playing it cool. I'm like,
He's a good boy, that Clay.
Yeah. So that, I played and, just nervous the whole time. And then the lights come down.
Oh, man, so you got to play this song knowing that that's just a setup. So you got to get the song right first. That's just
everybody.
A setup
so
just a setup for the kneel down.
Right. So, yeah. Yeah, and that wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah.
So I came in, and Zac was like,
just make it double tough.
Yeah. I think he even asked. He goes, "Well," she says, "No," and I'm just like, I said it'll be the best Maury Povich show that ever broke out at a Zac Brown band concert.
It would be amazing.
We're trying to laugh about it. This is all going to happen. So I remember playing and seeing all the guys just kind of, they're doing their thing, and I was just in awe to be around them, and. They're all kind of looking at me, like we know what's going to happen next, that kind of thing. So I asked Jolie, and she thought that I was like looking for a photo op at that point because I said Jolie, and she's like looking at Zac and then looking at me. Even getting more and more mad. And then I asked her, and she didn't even look at the ring. She just said yes and hugged me, and I was
on stage in front of 18,000 people.
So the thing that I think shocked her is she's like, "Okay, let's get off stage," and I'm like, "No, we're gonna slow dance." So we slow danced to "At Last," and Sarah Dugas, who I was telling you, she was one of the background singers with Hop on the Great Divide song.
Right. Yeah.
She was out there with him, and she was singing "At Last," and they serenaded us to "At Last." So when Jolie said yes, to that very moment she said yes to the end of the dance, I challenged myself to write a love song to her, and that's all to myself.
Oh,
so
great song, too.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's, there's this line, these lines, how about what was it? Echoes fly off the Hollywood hills, my heart still beats like a drum. We knew one day and one day was the actual song that I played with ZBB.
Oh.
We knew one day we'd find our light. That was this joke that Grace Potter said to me. She goes, "Listen, when you take a picture from now on, you got to find your light." And Jolie's a big fan of Grace Potter. At last, our time will come. So there were all these like little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
In these songs, but that song was specifically about the engagement.
Oh, man, I have to go back and listen to that now.
Yeah, it's
good. That's good, man. Well, I'll tell you, that record, when that record came out, first off, thanks for destroying every other guy's hope to have a dramatic.
Oh, I know.
Because, that's how do you top that?
Girls love the story. Guys are just like, dude, I'm going to Wendy's Super Bar.
Yeah, you going to Wendy's Super Bar. Get me a sour cream and jive potato. That's what I'm doing.
And all I can eat ice cream.
So when your record came, right, I guess before it came out, I had gone through a very traumatic experience over the summer. And you sent that record to me, and I'll tell you, that thing played for days and days.
I was afraid to send that message to you about eventually.
Yeah.
Because I knew that was going to connect.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of music.
So that's the beauty of music. Making it and all that stuff is great, and it's nice to be able to pay for what we love to do, but it's getting someone through that kind of time. That's what it's really all about.
Yeah, and that's where I think that kids and whoever wants to make music, make it for a reason.
Yeah.
The reason why I made this record is not to be like, hey, look what I can do. Because I didn't know what I can do. I didn't know how it was going to be accepted. I'm blown away by how many people love this record. I'm blown away. Every day I wake up, I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, you should be.
But the thing I'm most proud of is that there was something about this record that was going to transition into a real life story. And the real life story is I'm going to see Caden's school next month for the very first time in Holland.
Oh, that's right.
So this was the mission. The mission was to be able to, like, when something goes bad and somebody pulls something away from you, it's very hard to pick yourself up and to do something. But I had to go with my source of believing in me and believing what I can do and what I can offer. And what I can offer is making music and entertaining people and having fun. So that has now turned into that road that is going to take us, with the help of all the Pledge Music fans and some special friends in our life. I mean, we're going.
That's awesome.
And it's going to be documented. And I'm challenging myself, already setting up, writing songs, and I can't wait. I haven't seen his home, his school.
No, it's going to be awesome.
6 years.
It's going to be awesome.
He just said, really? You're coming here? Are you going to come off the plane and just like take a look around and then go back? I'm like, dude, no.
Yeah, no, we're sticking.
No, what if I'm on my best behavior? I say it every day. He goes, then you can come.
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, okay.
That's fun. So record number 2 you working on?
Yeah.
Starting to write for it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm writing for other people too.
Yeah.
I love it. I love writing. I mean, I'm just, I feel that I've gotten a few good pats on the back from people that I admire, and they're like, man, you ever want to write for other people? I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything is possible.
Very, very cool, my friend. Well, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it.
I love this show. I watch every episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great, man. I'm proud to be on it.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Gypsy Rose, you're going to be there, right?
Gypsy Rose. Oh, yeah. You know it.
Okay. I got you tickets.
All right.
I got you tickets.
Always pay, but
I know,
cool,
but or I can give you this bottle of water that I drank. You pick.
Sell that on eBay, man. You better make it quick.
Yeah. Great.
Quick.
Yeah, it's going to be worth like 36 cents. And a thirsty cat's going to buy it.
Yeah. Get your DNA off of that and make a bunch of hairy clones.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
All right, man.
Little Ewoks.
Gypsy Rose, make it out. Support music in Roswell people.
And you know what? Support that venue, because anybody that is saying that they are going to come in and they're going to get the roster of artists that they have right now. It takes time to grow a venue, as I know.
Yeah.
this venue, they're really going after original music, and that's difficult. That's difficult in this day and age because you see all the tribute band houses and they're all like, "Hey, let's get in the the 285 tour," I call it.
Yeah.
But they really are honing in on original music, and I couldn't be more honored to be asked.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hook a brother up. I want to play there.
Okay. I got you.
All right, man. We're going to do this again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, whenever you run out of talent.
You got it?
I'm here, man.
All right. Done. All right. Peace out. We are out.